So I want to talk about in this video one of the most important things you can do while you are here to occupy your time or whatever, or not really to occupy your time. It's what you should be doing. I feel like maybe if you want to do it, is you have to be able to overcome your mind. You have to be able to overcome your mind, and in doing so, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of things to do. In my experience, it wasn't none of this. I just want to throw this out there first. I'll probably make a separate video on this as well. I got 2 or 3 videos planned, and one of them that I probably will make a video on is the how fucking hard it is to do this stuff. It's you would not think you wouldn't think that it would be this hard to become a better person. You wouldn't think it would be, but it's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I don't want to just say being a better person, because it's not just being a better person. It's you got to change you got to change everything about yourself. You don't have to, but why wouldn't you really? And I don't mean this like, well, you have to change. You need to change who you are. You're not good enough. What I'm saying is, you yourself will want to change who you are, because you yourself are not going to think the actions you have been taking, the thoughts that you have, the line manipulating, even in a small way, is good, because so you want to change that. I shouldn't have said thoughts, because thoughts is a weird one. You can't really, I don't think you can control your thoughts. I think you can control if you give them any attention, though. And you can quit thinking too. I went I went periods of time, pretty extensive periods of time, without thinking, and it's great. I've lowered my thinking now to only as needed, I guess. But things do pop in my head from time to time, and it annoys the shit out of me. But yeah, it's the fucking hardest thing that you could do. It really is. But I'm gonna make a video about that, and I just want to say that this shit's hard though, so it's not gonna come overnight. It takes time. And another thing I'm gonna make a video on is how it is very convenient that you can't verify hardly anything here. You can't. No, I don't think you can verify too much of anything here, to be completely honest. The stories, the legends, the myths, the explanations of things, it's a little too convenient, you know. But nonetheless, to overcome your mind, the reason why it is so important is because that is what controls you. I want you to understand that and get that. Your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs, uh, your limited beliefs, your limited perception of things that are really beneficial that you think is not, or that is good but you think is bad, or that it's just a mind fuck. It is what it is, and you have to be able to overcome that. And the three biggest things with overcoming the mind is the goal you want to get towards in the end is, for me anyway, self-control, self-belief, and the idea of not taking things so serious or personal. And that could be about a lot of things. They're not taking it so serious or personal. And what I mean by that, just to give you an example, let's just say that this can go for sports, it can go for an opinion because of your egos getting involved and you think you need to be right. So for an example, sports team, let's say that you like the Boston Red Sox and I like the New York Yankees. Now, if I say some shit about the Red Sox and boast up the Yankees, you could take it personally and you could get upset and it can make you mad or whatever, because this happens way too often. I see as people arguing over sports teams and politics and uh, things like that. So that you need to not take that shit personally and hold on to it and make it get angry or annoyed or upset over it. And it's silly. And this place is not meant to be taken seriously. Only a few aspects of this place should be taken seriously. You should only take yourself seriously. You should, and not too seriously. Let me explain. Let me go further and explain. You don't need to take yourself seriously, but you need to take certain aspects about yourself seriously. You need to take certain aspects about your family seriously, your friends seriously. Like, how could I be a better person? Take that seriously. How could I help my family become better? How could I spend more time with my family and show them that I love them? Things like that. That's what you should take seriously. You shouldn't take yourself so seriously to where you think you always have to be right all the time. You get into silly arguments and you can't have no fun, or you can't cut up and joke around, whatever. But the self-belief and self-control is important. Now, if you have no self-control, you're not going to be able to get very far in certain things. If you have no, let's say you want to get married, or you want to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you really want to commit to them, and you think this, but you have no self-control around other people that you're attracted to, so that's not going to end well. Let's say you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to be more healthy, but you have no self-control around sweets or foods. Well, that ain't going to go anywhere. Let's just say that you do certain things you know you shouldn't do because it affects you in certain ways, but then you go out looking for it. Or you see what I'm saying? You have to have that self-control, or even if it's just around and offered to you, you have to be able to say no to it. Okay, and if not, there's the self-control. Now, realize if you don't have self-control and you do these things, you're not going to have self-respect. Self-respect's very important as well. But now, the self-belief is probably the biggest one, because if you think you can do something, you go out, and more times than not, it's done. You can do it. Correct? If you don't think you can do something, you've already got it in your head you can do it, so you procrastinate about doing it. And you, in your mind, you can't do it. So before you've even tried, you failed. And most of the time, people don't even try. So you do have to believe in yourself. You cannot judge yourself too harshly. Now, one of the things that I have thought of for a while about the Bible, about the version of someone always watching your every move and judging you, well, that's true. That part is true. It's just you that's doing it. You watch your every move, and who judges you more than you judge you? Nobody. So you have to be a little bit less judgmental about yourself. You have to be able to find a balance between calling yourself out and not being overly criticizing of yourself. You have to be able to call yourself out on the bullshit, right? But you can't just always beat yourself up and be so super fucking negative and so judgmental. And another thing I've noticed too is if you judge yourself, you judge other people. If you judge, and the reason you judge those other people is because you think those other people are judging you. So it's just a weird spiral that you create and cause. And it's just you're not aware you're doing it. So become aware you're doing it. And this is very important if you have family too. If you have family and you can't believe in yourself, then you're going to push that self-limiting belief upon your family, upon your kids, and it can just cause a cycle over again. So that's why I feel like, I truly do feel like, aside from always telling the truth, treating people the way you want to be treated, and loving everything, trying to enjoy the moment, things like this, like self-belief is huge. It's huge. Self-belief is huge. But it all comes from being able to overcome your mind. You have to be able to overcome your mind. It's a slippery slope to find a balance in between. That's true. It's hard. Everything I talk about and do is hard, but it's worth it in the end. It's not going to, and this is something I would recommend to people, and realize it's not going to happen overnight. There's all these, I don't even know, man. There's all these people just want to act like, well, you can have an enlightening experience, or you can have whatever you would consider to be awakening, or whatever the fuck any of this shit is. it's possible to do, but it's in the end you'll realize it's all part of the process. And think you're going to be good like instantly, like you'll be a little bit better, but to be able to be good like you're saying or thinking probably takes a lot of fucking hard work, a lot of hard work. And I don't, let me be very clear about what I mean by hard work. It's all self work. It's thoughts, ideas, going through highs and lows, going through realizing your thoughts and ideas are not even really your own. It's very, I'll make a separate video about that, about like your thoughts and ideas for the majority of the part aren't yours, and you're just rehashing cycles with the way you perceive things and think about things, and it just turns into a loop of negativity, and then that's a bottomless pit. That would be hell. I've talked about that before. But there are step-by-step ways how to overcome the mind, and if you guys would like me to make a video explaining how you can do that, I can. But just realize a lot of the things I talk about, and a lot of the things, and a lot of the ways that I've been able to open my mind up more and overcome the mind, it deals with psychedelics. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about does deal with psychedelics, but a lot of it is just you having to quit lying. I mean, you have to call yourself out on bullshit all the time. Like you would think that it would not be hard to always tell the truth, but it is hard to always tell the truth. It's a lot harder than people think. Start by just telling the truth. Start with treating people the way you want to be treated. You got to do shadow work. You got to address traumas that's stored deep inside your mind that you won't even realize until it's smacking you in the face. And another thing I've realized is I had some unresolved issues or traumas, I guess you would say, and there came a point to where I started projecting that out into the world and thinking that everyone would do me dirty, or thinking that I would I'll be honest with you, my dad, I'm not talking to my dad in like, I've talked to my dad maybe 10 times in the past 20 years. So I kind of had like weird abandonment issues, I think. And I held on to something that happened when I was like 18 with someone, and it fucked me up. But I had to take responsibility to realize that I had some shit to probably play in that I wanted to play the victim to, which I still think it's fucked up, but I've grown past that because I can't hold on to shit for 15 years now, 16 years now, however long the fuck it's been, 14 years. People change, you know? But you have to get over that, and you have to start making a effort to go treat people the way you would want to be treated. You have to make an effort to try to enjoy the moment. Look around at the little things in life. I mean, dude, I spend time every day looking at trees and clouds and nature, and just getting amazed by it, and then looking at the moon and the stars, and then Mars recently, and I just try to enjoy the little things, because at the end of the day, those little things is what matters, really, truthfully. You also have to make an effort to want to be better, to want to be better. And you also have to make it a point to make yourself uncomfortable. I'm not saying I'm going to make another video about not getting comfortable. I've been saying this for shit, I don't know how long. I'm going to make a response to Soul Mechanics. Sorry, brother, if you're watching this. I've been mind fucked for about a week and a half now, so I'm getting my shit back together slowly. You don't want to get comfortable. You need to be you need to have some comfort, but you don't want to get super comfortable to where you just stay complacent. You don't want that to happen. You need to be expanding things. You need to be having new adventures, going out and doing new things. I mean, living to the fullest. I mean, that's what the fuck we're here for. That's the best life you could possibly imagine or dream, is living it to the fullest. You got to do it, my friend. So what more can you do? There's a lot more to do, actually. A lot more to do, actually, to overcome the mind. It's these are just stepping stones. I'll make a whole video if you guys are interested. I really like talking about this stuff, but it seems like I get more interaction on stuff about psychedelics or whatever, but which I love psychedelics. So I probably plan on doing like a 1 or 2 psychedelic videos a month, 1 or 2 how to just being a better person, 1 or 2 about philosophy, and then 1 or 2 maybe just random stuff. That would probably be the best, I think. My goal is to get about 8 videos out a month and try to grow this channel a little bit and take it a little bit more seriously. I know I just said not to take certain things seriously, but here's an example of if you want to do something and you want to grow doing it, you have to take it seriously a little bit. You feel me? But I love you guys. I really do. I hope everyone's having a great Friday. Weekend's coming up. Hope you guys are having an awesome weekend, or going to have an awesome weekend. And I'll try to come back on here maybe before Monday, and we'll talk about how it's super convenient that you can't verify any of this stuff. And like I said, I got a couple videos planned. Talk to you guys later. Much love. Oh, please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave me a comment, ask me some questions, like the video, do all that. Greatly appreciate it.